You know this thing where they call money shame? Money shame is actually very real. It is real. That moment where your friends or your family members are talking about things that have to do with money, sometimes they mention a big amount of money, and you're just there. You're just there. You can't contribute to anything. Maybe your friends are talking about how they are going to plan a girls' night out, they are going to plan a date, they should go on a date, but you can't really say anything because you know that you don't have that money. That shame is real. Or sometimes your family members, they are contributing, they are making contributions on things that they have to do or things that people just have to contribute for, but you can't contribute, you can't make any contribution because you don't have that money. That money shame is real. I've been through something like that before. There was a time I was just there. I wasn't doing anything. I just had little money to survive on. I didn't really, like I said in my previous video, I used to just lie down, scroll through phones, and I just depended on the little money I have to survive. I didn't actually think that a time would come where I'll be needed to contribute money for something. And then there was this time my friends were just talking about them going to a club. They just want to go buy drinks, spend money. And I could not actually really say anything. I was just there. I was just smiling. I couldn't even make any contribution because I knew that the money I had was just for my survival. It wasn't to go spend in a club and all that. So that money real, that feeling that you need to, you know that this thing is something that is supposed to be small for you to contribute for, but because you cannot contribute for it, you just have to keep quiet in a room where people are talking about some amount of money. You know that money shame that your friends contribute for a group gift. Let's say you see all these things that the friends, maybe on social media, that friends just contribute, buy gifts for friends and all of that, and you keep sending it to your friends. Maybe your friends come up with the idea, let's do this thing, but you're not contributing. You're not saying anything to it. You can't even open your mouth to talk because you know that you don't have this money, that the only thing you have is just for yourself to survive. Remember in my last video, I talked about scrolling, lying down on the bed and scrolling through social media. I used to be like that too. There was a time all I did was, depending on the little money I had in my account, I just knew that, oh, this is what I just had to survive on. It's just for me. It's not to contribute for anything. And one time my friends came up with this idea. Let's go to the club. Let's just go spend time together. We're going to buy this. We're going to buy that. I couldn't contribute any idea. I couldn't say anything because I did not have the money. I knew that the only money I had was for me and myself to survive. Until I found digital marketing. I started learning and just looking at what other people were doing. And I found out that it was possible for me to actually just lie down on my bed, and while scrolling through social media, money is coming into my account. After I bought the TMS course from my coach, I found out that you can actually just be lying down sometimes and the money is dropping into your account. You don't necessarily need to go out and carry blogs and all of that. You can just scroll through social media and money is coming into your account. You know what that means? That as somebody who couldn't contribute to what your friends were doing, you can now speak up, you can now talk. Your friends were not respecting you, they were not putting you at where they were supposed to put you or where you knew you should be, because you didn't have that money. But now you now see them starting to regard you as something. That feeling of them regarding you as something, it's precious.